Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Monday, August 18th. Coming up on Cullman Today, a Cullman woman is arrested in forged prescription and drug trafficking case. Fairview is awarded funding for infrastructure to support the new Jack's restaurant, and Dodge City Council approves road repairs and park maintenance plans. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Cullman Police Department has announced an arrest following an investigation into forged prescriptions and drug trafficking. According to the CPD, on August 5th, officers were notified that forged prescriptions had been used to obtain narcotics and other medications at several local pharmacies. A criminal investigation was launched, and based on their findings, investigators secured a search warrant for Infusion Wellness and Spa, the business tied to the prescriptions. That search was carried out on August 11th, and key evidence was collected. As a result, warrants were issued on August 15th for 33-year-old Whitney Leanne Cheatham of Cullman. The following day, she turned herself into police and was taken into custody without incident. Cheatham is facing 25 charges, including drug trafficking, unlawful distribution of controlled substances, attempted drug trafficking, practicing medicine without a license, and 11 counts of forgery. Officials confirm additional arrests and charges may follow as the investigation continues. The case was led by CPD investigators with assistance from the Cullman County District Attorney's Office and several local pharmacies. Police say this case highlights the department's ongoing commitment to protecting the community from prescription fraud and drug-related offenses. All suspects are considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The town of Fairview is set to receive more than $347,000 in economic development funding for a new Jack's restaurant project expected to open in January 2026. The funding will provide sewer infrastructure needed for the restaurant while also benefiting other businesses and residences along the route. Alabama Senate President Pro Tem Garland Gudger announced the project this week, calling it a major win for the community. Governor Kay Ivey and the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs are contributing $289,000, which includes $144,500 in Appalachian Regional Council funds and matching funds and community development block grant dollars. The remaining balance is being covered through regional and local grants. Local leaders say the project will bring new dining options, jobs, and increased tax revenue to Fairview. Organizations involved in the effort include the Town of Fairview, the Cullman County Commission, the Cullman County Industrial Development Authority, the Alabama Mountains, Rivers, and Valleys RC&D Council, and North Central Alabama Regional Council of Governments, and the Cullman County School System. The restaurant is on track to open its doors to the community in early 2026. The Dodge City Town Council held its monthly meeting on August 14th, focusing on finances, road projects, and park maintenance. The August financial report showed a general account balance of just over $418,000, with the half-cent road fund at $56,000, the HB2 gas fees account at $70,000, and the capital improvement fund at $43,000. Council members approved the purchase of a tractor with a boom cutter, the surplus of equipment, and allocations for road repairs. Road maintenance discussions included work on County Roads 216, 239, and 233, along with Gaston and Campbell roads. Major attention is being given to Park Road, where estimated repair costs are over $190,000. The council plans to separate bids for drainage and paving with funding from HB2 gas and capital improvement accounts. Work is expected to wrap up before the town's annual Christmas in the Park event. Other agenda items included renewal of an emergency services contract, review of election certificates, and long-term park upgrades. Plans to convert a basketball court into a pickleball court were delayed until next year. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up next, Cullman Bearcats begin a new era under Coach Trent Walker. Sports is next. Welcome back. The 2025 football season is fast approaching, and the Cullman Bearcats are putting their finishing touches on their off-season preparation. This fall, the team will feature some new faces both on the field and on the sideline, with head coach Trent Walker set to begin his first season leading the program. Walker, a 2005 Cullman graduate, previously served as an assistant under former coaches Mark Britton, Matt Plunkett, and Oscar Glasscock before taking the head coaching position at Lawrence County in 2021. Now back at his alma mater, Walker has been energized by the reception from his players and the commitment they've shown through the summer. He describes the transition as seamless, noting the enthusiasm and effort his team has displayed in practices and workouts. The Bearcats will lean on an experienced defensive front anchored by seniors and veteran juniors. That unit has emerged as the leadership core of the program, setting the tone with toughness and accountability. While postseason success remains the standard, Walker and his staff are emphasizing more than just wins. The focus is on building resilience, responding to adversity, and playing with relentless effort. The expectation is a hard-nosed physical defense complemented by a disciplined physical offense that reflects the pride of the Cullman community. The Bearcats will open their season Friday night at Oliver Woodard Stadium against Bob Jones. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, Cullman seniors are invited to Staying Alive 70s Health Fair. The community weighs in on the future Cullman Center of the Arts. Cullman's spirit shines at Trash Panda's game, and the Cullman County EMA hosts multi-county training. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Cullman County Commission on Aging is inviting seniors to get their groove on at this year's Staying Alive 70s Senior Health Fair. The event will be held Thursday, September 18th from 9:30 a.m. to noon in the Active Adult Center in Cullman. Sponsored by Cornerstone Caregiving, Hospice of North Alabama, and the North Central Alabama Regional Council of Governments, the fair will feature a variety of vendors sharing resources and services for older adults. Attendees can also take advantage of flu shots and other vaccines available on site. A free lunch of barbecue sandwiches from the Butcher Meat Company and shaved ice from Cha-Cha's will be provided, along with door prizes throughout the morning. The event is open to ages 55 and older. Cullman Parks, Recreation, and Sports Tourism hosted a community forum Thursday night to discuss plans for the Center of the Arts Community Theatre. The event drew a large crowd of musicians, theater groups, educators, entertainers, and arts supporters eager to share ideas. The project will transform the historic First United Pentecostal Church behind City Hall into a 6,000 square foot multi-use performing arts center. The A-frame sanctuary will serve as the home of the Cullman's Community Theatre and host a variety of civic and cultural events. Participants use live polling to rank priorities, from seating styles and accessibility to acoustics and flexible floor space. Organizers say the feedback will guide architects and designers as plans take shape. Additional forums will be scheduled as the design process continues, giving the community more opportunities to provide input and review updated plans. Updates are available at the Parks and Rec Facebook page. Cullman County residents packed Toyota Field in Madison Thursday night as the Rocket City Trash Pandas hosted the Cullman Oktoberfest Takeover. The hometown throwdown event combined baseball with Cullman's German heritage and raised funds for the nonprofit Curt's Closet. More than 1,000 fans received Oktoberfest beer steins, and Cullman Parks Recreation and Sports Tourism marked its first partnership with the Trash Pandas. The night also launched promotions for this year's Cullman Oktoberfest, set for October 2nd through 4th. The festival will feature authentic German music, food, competitions, and the Hofbrau Beer Garden. New additions include sponsorships from Ethos and Goat Island Breweries and support from Germany's Weihenstephan Brewery, a 108 foot Ferris wheel, and a rare double-decker carousel. Organizers say events like Oktoberfest and Christkindl Market highlight Cullman's culture, traditions, and community spirit for residents and visitors alike. The Cullman County Emergency Management Agency recently hosted a Public Information Officer training course, bringing together participants from Blount, Morgan, Marshall, Madison, and Limestone counties. Attendees completed the FEMA Basic PIO certification, a program that equips public safety professionals with the skills needed to effectively communicate with the public during emergencies. The training covered key strategies for providing timely, accurate information and ensuring communities are prepared and informed when disasters strike. Cullman EMA extended thanks to Lee County EMA Director Rita Smith and her team for leading the sessions, and to Alabama EMA Training Officer Brandy Davis for her coordination and support. Officials say training opportunities like this strengthen partnerships across county lines and enhance Alabama's ability to respond quickly and effectively to emergencies. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. Elma Joyce Fry Van Meter passed away Friday, August 15th. Visitation will be held Thursday, August 21st at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home at 2 p.m., followed by a funeral service at 3 p.m. Burial will follow at Cullman Heritage Cemetery. Patricia Dean Ponder, 76 of Hanceville, passed away Friday, August 15th. Funeral service will be held at noon on Tuesday, August 19th at Hanceville Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow the service at Arkadelphia Cemetery. Visitation will be held Tuesday at Hanceville Funeral Home from 10 a.m. to noon. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a moment to look ahead at the weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 94. Tonight, mostly clear with the low around 73. Tomorrow, we'll see more sun with a high near 94. And Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with the low around 72. A heat advisory is in effect today starting at 10 a.m. until tomorrow at 8 p.m. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.